Hey everybody, I saw this knife at Blade Show and I should have got one. If it had been a little bit later in the week or the weekend, I would have. But let's check out what's in here. Okay, so like I said, I was at Blade Show when I was at the BestTech booth. They had a big old corner booth there, and I was looking at all their knives, and I had this in hand at the end of my little journey there. I think it was actually as I was checking out that I grabbed one and looked at it. This is the Goblin, and I should have grabbed it. I should have grabbed it there, but I'm glad I finally got one. So this is the BestTech Goblin. Check out their pouch. Comes with a claw. Nice little pouch there. Check that out, and here it is, folks. Oh, this thing is so cool. I'm telling you what, if you guys like little knives like this, and I do, I know I get a reputation for liking humongous knives, but man, I love a good pocket chunker. Check that out. Can you see that? Pretty good? There we go. Look at that. Ooh, it's got Goblin on the blade too. Look at that. I just got this in, so I haven't really checked it out, and I wanted to show you all first before I really got into it and kind of be excited with you guys. All right, so let's get into the blade here and check it out. Oh, I messed that up. There we go. All right, so what we have is just right at 2 inches. Right, is that it? Wow. So you got 2 inches of S35 VN. That should be right there on the markings there. Can you see that? It's got Goblin on the blade, like I said. A little sheep's foot thing working there, which is good because it's not like straight Wharncliffe, which I'm not a real huge fan of, just like the straight Wharncliffe stuff. But that little sheep's foot, you know, little turn with little curve, just enough. I like that. Look at that. Got a nice choil there. Check that out. My chunky finger just fits right there. It's not a problem. Some awesome, meaningful jimping up here on the top. When you got your finger down here and you got your thumb up here, just a lot of control going on there. So it feels really good. Got like a satin finish here, a little stone wash up here on the top. Thing came sharp as can be here. Let me shave the little top. Now you don't shave the fingernail. I already messed up shaving the fingers. All right, let's check out the handle here, which is really, really cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, about 3.3 inches of, look at that carbon fiber on there. Oh man, little carbon fiber inlay in there. Check that out. Titanium scales on that thing. So it's really, really cool. Titanium, man, this thing's just screaming to be anodized. Look at that. Now this clip is really nice. I mean, it's a little tiny knife, so you're not wanting something that's going to hide totally in your pocket. But look at this lanyard area. That's going to be nice. Stick something nice in there. Give me a little extra hold. Check that out, a little jimping on the flipper. You know, I talk about having a little extra hold on this thing, but if you got your finger up in the choil position there, like so, it's really comfortable. I mean, you don't really need extra, but if you're back here, this doesn't feel good at all. So this is basically part of the handle when you're on this knife. I mean, you'll have to have it in hand to understand it, but back here it doesn't make any sense. This does not make sense at all. This is the only way to hold this knife that makes sense. So at that point, even with my chunky fingers, you don't need a lanyard. Now a lanyard would be cool just to have a little extra whatever, and I like decorating, but on this knife, even as small as it seems, because of the way that they've extended this out, and they've kind of put the flipper forward a little bit, and then you have that choil, it's perfect in hand. It reminds me a lot of the Kershaw Shuffle, where the first part of that becomes part of the handle. So you go. You got a semi-open construction on here. Check that out. Titanium backspacer. Look at that. Nice frame lock here. Just a really nice frame lock. solid lockup. This thing is just super solid. This thing is really nice. I just keep trying to say it. You got to have one if you like this kind of knife. And I do, like I said, I like the beasts, but man, I like something that's useful and small, something I can hold on to and just makes sense for my hand, and this thing does. All right, check that out one more time before we weigh this bad boy. It's got some nice contours here and here. A little contour there on the carbon fiber scale there. Check that out. Now I wonder if this is all torque screws. Is this all torque screws? If I had to take this apart and anodize this. No, actually that's a flathead right there, so you're good there. Let me get my old man glasses. Let's check this out. Hold on a second. Let me grab this real quick and look at this. Yeah, it looks like torque screws there, but that one is a flathead. All right, so there you go. You're good to go if you want to take this apart. And it's got the lock bar insert. Can you check that out? So, I think that's the insert, right? Let me make sure before I say it is. Is that the insert or is that the detent? I don't know. Let's check that out too. I need more light. That might be the detent. Nope, that's an insert. Lock bar insert. So you got the steel lock bar insert, so you're not going to wear down your frame lock there. Man, this thing, something else. All right, let's get into the weigh and the measurement portion of the show. We'll weigh this real quick. We'll start in the United States. Oh, yeah, I knocked that over. So you got 2.54 ounces, definitely a chunker. Look at that. Just, oh man, just a nice little pocket chunker. Now, you're gonna pay for the pocket chunking delight of having this in your pocket. It's about 150 bucks. But it's well made, good company, good steel, carbon fiber. And if you want something like that, if you're in the neighborhood for that, a lot of people might not be, but if that's what you're looking for, this thing's something else. All right, let's go to Europe, 73 grams for our European friends. All right, next thing I want to do is kind of look at some comparisons here. All right, bring out the first comparisons just to kind of give you what a size comparison on this is. All right, here is, let's open this up real quick. Now here's the hinderer. This is a 3-inch hinderer here, so that's what you're looking at there. So that's a little bit smaller than the hinderer. I just wanted to give you I'm not saying they're similar, I'm just trying to give you a comparison there. Let's turn it this way so we can see the colors and the carbon fiber. I kind of like that. All right, now it works better that way. Get with the program. All right, so it's big, it's smaller than the hinderer. All right, let's see what else we got here. Now this one's gonna make a little bit more sense here. This is the Spyderco Techno. Now you can see a similarity as far as the length, but this thing is way chunkier. Look at that. Look how sleek this thing is. It's just like meant to be held onto. Look at that. Now, the Techno's a great knife, but you almost need that lanyard. That lanyard really comes in handy for me. See, it's like a 3-finger knife without that lanyard, and this thing, not a 3-finger knife because of this choil. Like I said, you're gonna get a hold of this and you're gonna feel how awkward this feels from that position. This is a knife that needs to be held like that. But they're kind of similar in length there. There you go. This is one of my favorite knives. I love that. All right, let's check this out. I know this is really kind of tiny, but I just want to give you something small and tiny to compare it to. This is the Micro Recon. So look at the blade length. If you just look at the blade length, they're pretty close. Now back here, we're going to get all this good stuff in the butt here. Look at that. Man, the way they contour that, it's just about perfect for holding on to. That's great. So, there you go. The BestTech Goblin. Just a really cool little pocket chunker. One of my favorite pocket chunkers that I have. Not something I'm going to be getting rid of anytime soon, that's for sure. Definitely a really cool knife. And one I should have gotten earlier. when I was over there. I got the other, what was the BestTech Lion? That's the one I got. I went ahead and got the Lion. I think I was in line to get the Lion, and actually one of the guys I was standing there talking to was telling me about this Goblin. So yeah, he's the one that told me. I think it was 150 bucks there too. So like I said, if it had been later in the show, I would have grabbed it, but I was trying to conserve money to make sure I got everything I wanted. All right, so there you go. The BestTech Goblin, a very excellent pocket chunker, S35VN, sweet sheep's foot blade, excellent choil, just a meaning for jimping up here. It's going to really be helpful. Really nice contours for your fingers. To make this more than just something to look at, is something as far as a pretty thing. This is going to be really useful if you got to get in there and do some intricate work. I don't know, I really like it. You gotta check it out if you're into the smaller knives and you're in that kind of neighborhood as far as price wise. All right, there you go. I think that's it. Get over to Facebook. We're over there talking about this right now, and we're talking about it without you, and you don't want that. You don't want to be left out of the conversation. I guess that's it, and I will talk to y'all later.